okay. Have we started recording and transcribing for this meeting? I think someone started recording. Is that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. No, I got a prompt, so I was just wondering. Okay, fine. So let me share my screen, and then people, please do let me know if you are able to see my screen, and then we will definitely move on. Okay. Okay. I see my screen out there. Fantastic. So what we'll be talking today is nothing different, right? I think we have been seeing or having a lot of discussion around these topics over the past couple of days. Basically, AI-powered healthcare, emerging technologies, and innovation in medicine, right? So we will continue that discussion forward. But before that, let me just tell you a little bit about me. So as you know, Professor Pranjal explained, my name is Rahul Vaidya. I've been into technology and consulting and IT for over 20 years now, slightly 20 years. And I've been working actively in the space of AI, and that too into generative AI, as we call it, for the past 2 to 3 years. Okay, that's what I do for a living. At heart, I'm a fitness enthusiast. I'm a health enthusiast. I'm a triathlete, and I'm a certified sports physiologist. That is what is my connection with the world of health tech, right? Being an active athlete and sports person myself, I have my own interest into understanding more about sports tech, meditech, and then with my background and my exposure and uh, day-to-day connects with AI. That's where I find synergy about how AI can uh, actually change the way we look at medicine, or even change the way about medical tech is. So the future, if, according to me, if I see, is the future of medicine where it is going to be powered by AI. And when we say going to be powered by AI, we'll take a look at how it powers. So over the last couple of days, uh, I'm pretty sure in when we went through the opening session, Dr. Pandya talked about and showcased, how in his research they are using machine learning for cervical cancer screening, and how they are getting better and better accuracy by evolving the algorithms. I think even Dr. Rajesh, they spoke about IoTs and IOMTs, where the internet-enabled devices are now connecting together to form Internet of Medical Devices, right? And then some of these use cases were also showcased by Dr. Vanita Shirsagar, uh, where we talked about how these things connect, how the evolution of these devices or these technologies came through. But if we look at these are all applications. So if we look at it from where we are seeing, these are applications. Why did we get the need for these applications? And understanding the current challenges and problems is probably where we need to start. If you see, folks, over the last 30, 40, 50 years, medical technology has grown by leaps and bounds. And you might have seen it by the new detection or new imaging devices which are coming up in the market. Minimal invasive imaging. Gone are the days when you had to put your face on a X-ray plate to get your X-ray for the root canal done. Today you can just put a small sensor in your mouth, and that's a digital X-ray. You no longer need to carry the film. So medtech is evolving, right? Gone are the days when a very in today's world, something as simple as um, a procedure called angioplasty was a big thing. Go back 20 years and someone who had undergone an angioplasty was considered to be a very major operation or major procedure. But with evolving of medical technology today, in a very modest hospital setting, in the morning session, your cardiologist will go through at least 4 or 5 of these sessions of angioplasty and walk away for his rounds of the hospital. What I'm trying to allude to is basically medtech has evolved, and you all have seen how medical technology has evolved. But the question is, has it impacted uh, the quality of care or the outcomes you get in the medical field? And probably you will realize that despite we churning out so many doctors or new hospitals coming up, there is a dearth of good medical care. And when we say good medical care, I'm not talking about the quality of hospital or the service you get in the hospital. We are talking about the quality of treatment. And when we say quality of treatment, is your treatment received in the right amount of time? Is it the correct treatment? And are you being tracked regularly? And there are certain problems. So we'll talk about some of these problems. We have loads of doctors, right? We have lots of doctors. We have lots of patients. What it's bringing is to the patient-doctor interaction, how fragmented or how well it is. If we look at data today, consulting time in some of the most demanded or heavily impacted cities like Bangladesh or countries is 48 seconds. That's the average amount of interaction between your physician and a patient, 48 seconds. And then we have the other end of the spectrum, countries like Sweden, where it's 22 minutes. We all know that for a physician to understand your background, to understand you, and then understand where your treatment has to begin, there is a time which has to be spent to understand your body. And this is the uniqueness of medical technology. You go to any other tech, you go to automobile sector. A garage can fix multiple types of cars under a single umbrella, because at the end of the day, they are machines. They have similar parameters. They have similar factors. But that's not true with humans. Each human is individual. Your reports do not agree with someone else, although you are having the same lifestyle. That brings a lot of challenge, right? That means a physician needs more patient time, which is restricted. Physicians are overloaded by information. Look at a physician, he's going through 40, 50 patients in a day. You're overloaded with a lot of information. And then the health records are also fragmented. How many of you, just raise your hands if you can. How many of you have, gone through blood blood test reports and you compare last year's report with this year's report, and the scales are completely different? That's because we live in a world where the data is not standardized. It's ambiguous, and the health records are fragmented. You did your blood test in hospital A last year, annual blood check. This year you are doing in hospital B because it's closer to your house. Is there a single way of tracking and linking these together to put something on your health? So all of these are the current challenges and problems in our health tech sector, and this is what impacts the quality of treatment or the quality of diagnosis and prognosis you get. And this also causes a lot of delayed diagnostics. You walk into a hospital, you walk into a doctor and say, he says, do you have your recent blood report? You have it at your home. Is it readily made available to your doctor? Probably not. These are the current challenges. These are the areas where AI shines actually to bring into its skills. Okay, I would prefer, if you have any questions, raise your hand, unmute yourself, and we can talk. But don't keep it for the end of the session. Okay, so let's continue. So this is the current problem we have. And then on the other hand, there is completely I would not say a problem, but it's a completely different picture. We are having overload of data. Healthcare today is going through a huge data revolution. And when you say data revolution, understand you have new devices, new medtech, sensors, new procedures. They are churning out huge amount of data about you. There are radiographers who are writing down, what they have seen in your radio scans. You go through an MRI, there is tons of information which is coming out. Healthcare today is pushing out 2.5 quintillion bytes of data daily. And we are talking about this by amount of data generated across the globe. So this is overwhelming. I mean, even some of you who are, into research or medtech research, I do medtech research a lot. Just digesting, let's not say even processing, just accepting and, ingesting that amount of data is, actually a huge ask from a human perspective, right? Humans, as you know, we have typically attention span for probably 5 or 6 minutes into a particular data, and our ability to find patterns, our ability to find you know um, trends in a data is limited by the amount of churning out you can do with this data. And that is where, if you see Dr. Pandya's work, which he talked about, we rely on machine learning. Now, what is machine learning? As the name suggests, machine learning is the process of, teaching something to a machine. How do we do that? We do it by ingesting it with large amount of data and then writing down a small algorithm which helps it understand what to do with this data. So under machine learning umbrella, and machine learning is a umbrella, larger umbrella. Under it are probably algorithms, learning algorithms. There is deep learning, which is in the part of algorithm as well. Now, 2.5 quintillion of data daily is an ideal candidate to be fed into machine learning, and machine learning will help you solve this problem. This makes AI or ML a very good candidate to try out in medtech. And then once you have learned or ingested that data, you can actually write algorithms to draw out, and we'll see how it's done probably down the line. So let's, for an example, take a situation, patient ABC lives in a perfect world, which is AI enabled, maybe 20 years from now. Since his birth, whatever he's been going to the doctor's visit, the doctor's just, recording everything in his EHR. We call it as electronic health record. It's what EHR stands for. Not today, not in India, but in the Western countries, a lot of doctors are now using EHR, electronic health records, where you just input whatever you had the interaction, what are your thoughts, observations into an electronic record about the patient. The beauty is when the patient returns back, you recollect what happened or what you had felt last time and why you had asked for some of the blood work to be done. An ideal person ABC living 20 years or born 20 years from now in an ideally AI-enabled world, AI medtech-enabled world, has all his reports in the EHR. By birth, what were the tests done, any allergies recorded at time, all the health records, all the immunization records, everything is in the EHR. And let's say the person unfortunately goes through an emergency. Goes through an emergency where the person is not with his near or dear ones, someone else, absolutely, a random stranger takes that person to the hospital. Today, in this situation, we see, a large amount of confusion in ER rooms. Even today, I don't know how many of you have been, witness to a accident or a patient going to a ER room, but there's confusion. There's a completely new person coming in. We don't know the blood type. We don't know if he has allergy to a specific medicine. We don't know what are the procedures he's gone through. And now this patient is in the ER, and the ER doctor is supposed to, do all he or she can to get the patient up. That is where predictive analysis will come in. If the EHRs are up to date, you can actually have your AI algorithms guiding the ER doctor saying, hey, avoid this medication this person has shown, and probably based on his sports watch, which he's wearing when he got into the accident, this was the impact, and this was the magnitude of the impact this person has had. There are probabilities. What are we talking about? We are talking about predictive analytic of the data. And it's a huge market from the industry perspective. Today, it's probably 2.6 billion worth of market, and it is supposed to grow to two-digit number very soon. So the point I'm trying to say is basically AI today is capable of getting that market drive, or even getting this accuracy done. Let's take a look at a couple of examples. Okay, so we're talking about diagnostic excellence. We have seen, in the speakers before me has given you very good insight into what devices are, operational, which are AI enabled. We saw about, using, and that's what we did, right? We used machine learning and its accuracy for cervical cancer detection. Now, what if I told you that today in lung screening, an AI algorithm has achieved better accuracy than a radiologist? Why? That's simply because a radiologist is limited by a couple of things. A, his experience. B, the amount of data he or she can churn at a time, and the exposure to the kind of imaging he's seen in front. An experienced radiologist, probably in the last 50, 60 years, has gone through a lot of images and knows or can identify telltale signs. But if you're a new radiologist, you probably have not gone through this. So lung nodule detection, we have seen AI in healthcare today delivering better accuracy than a radiologist. And when we say better, it's basically 1.1 base point up percentage, right? So does that mean we just let AI do the stuff? Probably no. When we put both of them together, so AI does the basic screening and brings up to an experienced radiologist, for additional view and commenting. The lung nodule detection was at 99.1% accuracy. How do we derive that? We talked about, the 2.5 quintillion bytes of data coming in daily. Let's assume 10% of that data is lung screening across the globe. Now, if I can build a large data lake where all this data is made available, and then there is an algorithm which teaches the ML, machine learning module, about lung nodule detection, it's going to be able to process that let's say 250 trillion bytes of data easily, which a person cannot. Now, this is where AI helps you in healthcare today. It augments its capability to go through large model data, to learn through it and bring its best practices on. Let's talk about how it helps in skin cancer. So in skin cancer accuracy match, now skin cancer is basically, again, screening is done through a couple of means, right? One is, some of your blood markers. Another is patch tests, and some is pigment, skin pigment imaging. Now, in the skin cancer detection, we are now able to have an AI match up with a certified dermatologist. What does it mean is, it is able to be reliable enough that will give me the same amount of results from a dermatologist. What are the impacts? Obviously, in terms of documentation time today, you all are academicians, but I don't know if you have worked with clinical trials or into the clinical opera setting. A lot of time is spent in documenting stuff. A radiologist, when he goes through an image, uh, and have you ever asked this question? X-ray or ultrasound is a very small process. It's then and there. The radiologist has gone through your ultrasound. He just tells you verbally, all things are okay. Collect the report in the evening. Why? Because he still has to go through the documentation. He just has to type his observations and get the report ready. What if AI can augment that? It can bring out the ability to document and get the documentation ready. We have that tech ready today, where you just feed in the image and a document is generated with observations. Now a good radiologist can only validate that and churn it out. So what if tomorrow ultrasound report, a radiologist says, okay, sit outside, I'll give you a brief report, and in 10 minutes you walk out with that report. That is operational impact. That is a efficiency which AI can bring in. Now, there's also a preventive power to it. Now, when we say preventive power, imagine an AI system able to predict your, uh, uh, if I can say, predict based on your blood markers, a potential couple of outcomes coming. What that means is, sorry. What that means is basically before you hit the actual disease, there is a red flag coming up. We'll see about that in the next slides, right? So let's talk about a case study. We're talking about a case study which was done at Johns Hopkins Hospital. They actually, created an algorithm called the Targeted Real-Time Early Warning System. The name sounds like from a sci-fi movie, early warning system, or a defense thing, but it's basically an early warning system against a very, very, very critical disease, which is called sepsis. Now, sepsis is not a disease, right? Sepsis is a life-threatening medical emergency. Mostly happens in ICUs for the fact that ICUs are the home of one of the most, contagious diseases, and that's again the reality of how overburdened our medical systems are, right? Most of the contagious or most of the drug-resistant, if I can say, drug-resistant infections, you catch them in ICU. And you are admitted to the ICU for a different reason, but these are byproducts. And sepsis is one of the most deadly. So sepsis, in common terms, is called blood infection, right? So what that means is basically your body's immune system, an immune response to an infection is so rapid and so dramatic that it starts hurting your own tissues and organs. Okay. This word or sepsis or cytokine storm was a very prominent observation during COVID time because a lot of people during COVID were not, actually sick or ill enough to, have trouble from COVID, but because of the admission into ICUs, sepsis was another. And let's face it, sepsis today, sorry, kills around 11.3 million adults in India alone, and that's annually. So such is the impact of sepsis in India as well, 11.3 million. And what it is all an infection based on your blood. So it's a blood infection, and it impacts you in a lot of ways. It causes clots in your body. There is leaky gut. Your blood vessels leak. Your organs get damaged. Your organs fail, and it has to be treated immediately. Now today, uh, in even in the most advanced hospitals and ICUs and even critical care units, the detection cycle for sepsis based on blood reports is 3 days. It takes 3 days for a blood report to come back for sepsis. Okay, and they don't test it for sepsis. Basically, you just run a bulk culture test on every, and culture tests take 3 days with the best technology. So what that means is, in the real world medtech situation, I have a lead time of 3 days before I will know that if the patient is having challenge of sepsis or not. So at John Hopkins, what they did is they started, looking into their old records and patient records to figure out can an algorithm or can an AI look into the data and figure out, even a probability, minute probability of success. So uh, what was the approach they took? Basically, gather all the electronic health records, your blood scans, your ECGs, EEGs, from patients who were detected or who were known with sepsis across all the John Hopkins Hospital and collect them into a data set. Now, this is good enough data to start training your machine learning algorithms. And then you start learning the algorithms to find trends. Once you find trends, you do regression analysis. And on the regression analysis, you find certain traits which can now be fed to an AI algorithm for prediction, right? So that included data integration. You used a lot of data, maybe, the vital signs, lab results. The data was structured, unstructured, physicians' notes, clinical notes, all of that fed in. And then obviously you have continuous monitoring in the hospital. So you had electronic health records, you had the monitors pull up all the data into an AI algorithm and give it as much as you can, and then generate a risk prediction score. So they produced a risk prediction score for the patient to develop sepsis in specific time frames, say 6 days, 12 days, or 6 hours, 12 hours, 48 hours, 24 hours, right? Now, this scoring was updated in real time as new data comes in. So how the algorithm would work is, I have X amount of data about the patient. Based on that, I put a score of 48 hours. That there is a prediction of 48 hours for sepsis to develop based on current data. A new blood test has been done for the patient. It real time feeds into the AI algorithm. It will again recalculate, and the score might be downgraded. It might say, okay, it's no longer 48 hours. Based on the last 3 reports, I think it's going to be 72 hours. Now, the beauty of this is it keeps the healthcare staff informed of probabilities. And when you are informed of probabilities, you are capable of taking care of those probabilities well, right? And then based on the risk, an alert mechanism can be developed. So then the patients can be easily segregated into high risk, low risk, no risk, based on the threshold. And then that also helps in the clinician support. So the output of your algorithm is basically, fed into the clinical or the clinician's or physician's computer, where his notes and the reports are digested and presented in a format where the physician is capable of making better results. So with this algorithm, today we are seeing around 37.54% reduction in hospital mortality in sepsis. Right? And that's purely because the TREV system allows us to have early warning. In fact, that's not the only system. There are other AI driven systems. There's SEDA, uh, by FINAR, which is now being adopted in a lot of prime hospitals in India as well, which is again looking into sepsis prevention. And it's basically IOTM, right? Uh, what our eminent speakers before me told you about. It's basically a lot of sensors connected over the internet. But where does this information go? That's the missing link. That it goes into a data lake, and that's where the AI algorithm runs all these, and this is how it will be used. Okay, I'm going to take a quick pause in case there are any follow-up questions. If not, we'll go ahead. Questions? Okay. I take it as a cue for no. Let's go ahead. So where are we heading now today? In the last 2 to 3 years, FDA has approved over 90 AI-enabled medical devices. Now, what that means is these AI-driven medical devices have reached an accuracy and reliability number good enough for FDA to approve it for medical use. And the number is growing. Now, Apple Watch. A lot of us just wear Apple Watch. It's a smartwatch for us. But uh, Apple Watch is actually a medical grade or certified device for atrial fibrillation. It's quietly sitting on your wrist, listening to your heart rate, telling you your heart rate when you are sitting. It tells you your heart rate when you are doing an activity. But is it just a pulse device? No. Deep beneath in your Apple Watch lies an algorithm. It's using the PPG sensor in your watch and an algorithm, proprietary algorithm, AI algorithm, to actually devise or calculate your ECG signal. Now, we traditionally know ECG is a chest thing. You have to put everything on your chest. But with the advent of AI and the machine learning capabilities, now your Apple Watch sitting in your wrist, putting a light beeping sensor inside your vein, is now able to pick not just your heart rate, but also your atrial fibrillation, or it's actually able to draw a fair idea about your uh, ECG. Now, what it does with that is the magic, right? So Apple Watches are known to give you alarm. It detects, atrial fibrillation, which means if an Apple Watch detects that the wearer is having, let's say, troubled or a problem or not a good ECG signal, or there's an atrial fibrillation detected, it identifies it as dangerous heart rhythms, and then it can actually alert you, or it can also alert a near and dear one which you have fed into the watch. Now that is where the AI part comes in, right? To understand your ECG, compare it with the data lake, millions and millions of ECGs fed into my data lake, classified as this has this problem, this is normal, this is ventricular fibrillation or VTT or tachycardia. Now look at that sample, learn from it, apply it to the current sample which I'm getting, and then issue alerts. I don't know, a couple of days ago, there was a very prominent news in a lot of mainstream newspapers. Indian person who was out in Spain on a diving expedition actually was saved because of his Apple Watch. Because when he was diving, it sensed disturbance in its in his SpO2, and not just SpO2, it also sensed sorry, it sensed the gaseous mixture change. When you are in deep sea diving, or if you're diving, you use an oxygen mask. which is a mixture of gases, right? If the concentration or the ratio of those gases is disturbed, you can have trouble breathing. And his Apple Watch caught it first and gave him an alarm to resurface. When he resurfaced, uh, after some time, he actually felt sick, giddy, and was taken to the hospital where the doctor said, yes, you had a problem with the mixture you were uh, inhaling, and if you would continue it for some more time, that would have been catastrophic. Sorry. We also have things like smart stethoscope or AI doc. Now, AI doc is basically an algorithm again, which uh, analyzes your medical images like CT scan, X-rays, MRIs as they are required, and then it can be integrated with your hospital management system where it starts flagging uh, abnormalities based on the image capture. Now, again, we are capitalizing on AI's capability to learn images, quantify them, and then quickly compare them with its stored memory of what this image looks like, use its intelligence, and then generate alerts. And then it can also be quickly integrated into your uh, hospital management systems. Smart stethoscope, another interesting device. It's approved for use by FBI. Imagine a stethoscope and a ECG in one go, and not just ECG. It's basically an alarm ECG. You put the stethoscope, you can take the reading, you can record the heartbeat so that you can play it back later. Uh, Typically, when your doctor listens to your heart, it's not only the heartbeat he or she is trying to listen, right? They also try to listen to the hiss. It's typically in medical terms called hiss. This is basically the murmur, chest murmur, which we capture, and this is an indication of lot of disease or a lot of complications in your cranial capacity. The smart stethoscope can actually catch these sound forms, amplify them, classify them, and then help you as a physician listen to them properly, saying, oh, I heard this hiss. Can you quantify it? And also alert you if the heart rhythm is abnormal. So even before you go and take a proper ECG done, the smart stethoscope can raise its hand and say, oh, I detect abnormality. And where is this moving then? It's all moving into the next 5 years, emerging tech. Uh, we talked about them in our previous seminars as well. We are now talking about multimodal AI systems. And when we say multimodal, today when you interact with ChatGPT, you are writing. So that's text is the mode of your interaction with ChatGPT. But let's talk about multimode. Multimode means you can talk to it, you can send pictures, you can send reports, medical images, genomes, sensor connected. All of these, when connected together, forms a multimodal system. So your sports watch data, your blood pressure data, if you are monitoring your blood pressure, your glucose monitoring data, your CGM, continuous glucose monitors. All of these can be put into a multimodal system, which can even have better predictive powers and have more applications, right? And then obviously we talked about ultra low latency support, basically surgical assistance, remote robotic surgeries, which is a thing of reality today. Although they are more of the IOMT sphere, but they use AI for the monitoring aspect. And then obviously we are now looking at digital twins, right? Digital twins is basically a virtual patient modeling, personalizing treatment. So you have a digital twin and surgical procedures are practiced in a risk-free environment first, and then the treatment outcome is given to the patient with a prediction and intervention. So where is this going to impact us, right? Uh, from a global market perspective, um, let's simply see, in the in $1 million perspective today. AI in medtech is a 29 $1 million industry, and it's poised to become 187,000 million $187,000 million industry by 2030. So we're talking about 5 years. And in India itself, we are looking at, you know, uh, just the medical diagnosis part being a $12.87 billion industry today, and it's projected to be around roughly growing at 23% CAGR till 2030. And then overall healthcare, which includes, AI generated medical support, wearable tech, all of this together is $333 million industry today, as poised to become $4.17 billion. Now, why does this matter? We'll talk about it, but uh, this all has a very good case value, and that's why there is these projections coming in. Uh, it's basically validated by numbers. Today, AI-enabled patients are having around showing 58% reduction in heart failure in hospitalizations, because the tech is now able to give them or give his or her treating doctor advanced warnings. 47% higher success rate in complex surgeries. We talked about digital twins. That is where you can practice the surgery, make sure that the outcomes are not adverse, and then bring it on to the patient. And then around 17% reduction in sepsis mortality rates in India has already been reported. So SEDA, as we talked about, right? One of the algorithms for sepsis is now being implemented in India, and it's already showing its impact with around 17% of reduction in mortality rates. So where do doctors lie? Are we replacing doctors? Is AI going to replace doctors? Probably not, right? We need doctors and even clinicians to embrace AI. It is there to augment their skills, and obviously continuous learning is something uh, important, not just for uh, doctors, but practically the clinicians and their care staff as well. Okay. I am probably going to skip this slide because it's more of genome sequencing. We will talk about the challenges. So till now the picture was very rosy, that AI can do a lot of these things. But one thing probably I repeated and talked about multiple times is, what does it need? It's a data hungry platform. Today, even your social media platforms are data hungry, right? They are continuously mining your data, and there comes a lot of challenges and considerations. Technical challenges, obviously, data quality, standardization, interoperability, big issue. It's currently true with IoT devices as well. We have a lot of IoT devices, but they are, working with a certain platform only. They are not interoperable today. This is a huge technical challenge, and as uh, working in this industry, you people who are working with IoT devices or biomedical devices, you also understand that this is a challenge for future. You can't have uh, ring fence environments for medical grade standard devices, because then it simply reduces the usability of that data. But that's going to be one technical challenge. Complex system integrations. We are talking about remote operable robots. with an AI platform, genome modification with an AI platform that requires lot of complex integration and validations. Ethical concerns, patient privacy. We already are seeing our privacy being taken for a toss under a lot of context by you know uh, the big companies where your data is worth millions for them, and now we are talking about uploading patient data onto large data lakes where AI and ML models can operate. That is definitely a patient privacy concern. AI models and algorithms are not accurate as well. They have a bias, and they have a bias which is a bias comes in from the person who is writing that model. So today in our environment, in my work area as well, when we prepare an ML model, we typically ensure that the model is validated by someone else who's not from the same project or even from the same reporting vertical, because AI and algorithms do have a bias, and the bias can be very well seen in the outcomes as well. And then obviously need to think of the professional impact. That means a new workforce has to come in. Your workforce capabilities have to go up. Essentially, maintaining that patient and human touch with the patient interaction is important. So the I mean, that's one principle we operate even at my workplace for AI is human in the loop. We always call it as human in the loop, which means any AI implementation I do or my team does, it's never a straight through implementation. There is a human in the loop who is the validator. That human in the loop is important to validate and confirm. So uh, we foresee that technology must serve us and not replace us. Okay, so recent industry perspectives. I just wanted to give you a fair idea of where it is going. Humans and AI collaboration is the best uh, way forward. You've seen in the lung nodal detection, we have seen the AI doing a better job than humans, but we still have a combined system to get better result. Uh, we need transparent AI systems, which means the bias or the detection algorithm has to be, not a proprietary thing. The bias has to be openly discussed so that it's ratified, validated. Uh, Regulatory frameworks will have to come up as we uh, go into more and more of these systems, where how much is enough or how much is too much is a framework which has to come in. And today we see that happening in the banking sector as well. In fact, insurance industry, as I said, is one of the biggest investors in these technologies, for the fact that insurers, when they make uh, a decision about your premium or granting you an insurance, they go through a lot of your patient data. You must have seen for your health insurance, you have to go and get a medical test done. So insurers today are playing a bet on that one snapshot data and either classify you as healthy or not healthy and go through your insurance. So they have one of the biggest strong case to run an AI system where your lot of previous data is considered to give them an indicator by which your insurance premiums can vary. So today there are uh, trial insurance coming in. Obviously, it's out of medtech, but that's how medtech is used outside as well, where insurance companies are looking at your health data, not just your blood work, but if you are having any wearable, if you have been active, if you have wear a smartwatch, that data feeds in. Uh, there are certain areas like in Hong Kong, they are doing a new insurance with AXA. It's a trial platform, but uh, your gym subscription data goes in. Those gyms where you are going in for a subscription, they send in their attendance data. You can connect your watch and send your activity data. All that is used, to make up your insurance premium. And the more confidence their AI system has on your health, year on year, your insurance premium drops down if you have been healthy and active. If after 3 years of three different medical reports going in and the trends are good, their AI system flags you as low risk and your next year's premium drops down. So there is going to be a push coming in from the non-medtech players as well for this technology or AI to catch up. So a lot of frameworks, early adoption, like I said, AXA in Hong Kong has been an AXA early adopter. They are playing out with some of these. This is going to drive the market in future. And just wanted to quickly talk about how we at Capgemini are contributing. So we uh, we have a separate division which works with artificial intelligence and AI in the disease prevention field. We have capabilities for risk stratification, real-time medical management. We do work on a lot of work on telehealth and IoT. Uh, we are into personalized medicine where we are working with a lot of genome sequencing companies providing our AI capabilities to help make personalized medicine. And when we say personalized medicine, uh, a paracetamol, I buy, you buy, it's the same paracetamol for all of you, right? But there are certain medication which works for me, may not work for you, or may not work for someone else. That's because our genomes are different. So that's a new use case and new adoption of AI medication where we use AI systems and your genome sequencing to tailor make a medicine for you, which works the best for you. Obviously, it's in nascent phases, it's under trial and definitely not applicable to generic medicines. It's applicable to very specific medication. But that is again one area where we work. And then we also work on one of the very important area, which is synthetic data management for using AI. Now, as we talked about earlier, patient data secrecy is a very prime important consideration. Today, to train an AI model, it needs a lot of data. And we can't just pick your data from a hospital and send it out for learning, right? Because your information, your personal identifiable information is there. So we use AI capabilities to synthesize data. And when we say synthesize data, we make privacy safe training data for the models and robots, which means you don't have to actually give out real life data. You can synthesize that data and send that synthesized data to an AI model to learn. The benefit is your privacy remains safe, but the AI model can still learn. And then the most important, what is the future? And how can you, professors, researchers, and faculty members from the university help, right? It's going to be a huge rush. In the next 4 or 5 years, you'll see AI touching almost every aspect of what we do in life, be it self-driving cars, or be it medication, or even having a personal assistant in your phone, which is a reality today. Right? AI is going to rapidly transform the way we operate our life, and even more rapidly transform the medical science practice. Right? So it is a mandate, or it's our responsibility. It's your responsibility as professors, researchers, or even academicians and university faculties to make sure you enable this. So AI literacy is must in today's world, both in medical or health science, or even techno science AI domains, right? mentor your students. Mentor, if you're a coach or a guide to a bunch of students, mentor your students and ensure that they have this AI drive. Expose them to the medtech area where a lot of AI adoption is happening. Maybe if you have interdisciplinary research facilities, do that. I'm lucky enough to work with IIT Madras on with the HTIC, High Tech Innovation Center for AI in sports science. So I've been lucky enough to work in an interdisciplinary fashion with High Tech Innovation Center, IIT Madras, and a lab called Acrophase. So all three of them together are doing an interdisciplinary research. I am providing the data science part and the sports part, and then HTIC and the other are providing their algorithms to do this research. Encourage that. Encourage your students. Encourage your colleagues to do that. If possible, especially a call out to AICTE and DY Patil universities. Like it's my alma mater. I studied in DY Patil to generate new programs which have focus on AI in medtech. Um, Not just the numbers, but in collaborate with your medical labs and try and do a partnership. And then if you are having a good research happening, do publish and present your findings to these kind of forums. It's always good to learn from the educated, all of you. With that, I'm going to stop my hour and a couple of minutes long rant. I'm open to take questions now. Sorry, ma'am, there's an echo.
Okay. Hello. Sir, good afternoon, sir. Is it
Good
audible?
afternoon.
Yeah. Sir, this is Dr. Srinivas. Actually, my research area is biomedical signal processing, and
Okay.
I used to use machine learning and deep learning algorithms for various anomaly detections. So, what is like fundamentally we need the data for processing. So, when we are relying on the open source database, like sometimes we are feeling or we are doubt about the labeling or annotations and the variety of sources. Um, so, there are some challenges that we are facing. So, practically, when you come to the industry side, the same challenges existed, or how do we can take it to overcome, or can you?
Okay. Very good question. So, uh, especially for large data, right? Sampling data, which is needed for training the algorithms in the first place. Now, because you work in research, uh, you may be, gathering data from different uh, uh, partners, right? Is that how you gather data today, Dr. Srinivas?
Yeah, from various open source databases.
Open source database. Now, as an organization, um, uh, we use AI to generate data. And when we say AI to generate data, a lot of our data is basically synthetic data. And when we say synthetic data, uh, it's not fake data, but it's data generated to ensure, I get all the different samples which I need. That's one good adoption or good way to use. It's a good use case for AI. So we have AI algorithms wherein you can actually give uh, the uh, data sample or even your data source or a sample data and ask to generate different combinations of data. That's one way to use AI. So in if you have anyone who's an AI enabled person, needs a little bit of coding exposure, probably in Python, but you will be able to generate some sample data for yourself.
Basically, augmentation point we will do it to generate synthetic data to add whenever there is an imbalance of data. So you mean to say the synthetic data is this one, or like a fluke simulator, how it will generate for different anomalies the samples?
So it's a combination of both. So when you add data to balance the data, you are just balancing it, right? You're
Yes.
not adding data with a bias to it. And when you add the fluke data or just synthesis data to make number, that's also not generated with a certain, I would say, guideline. When I say synthetic data, if I have to give you an example, right? Uh, we were we were working on ECG anomalies. So, as part of IIT Madras, I've been lucky to work with a sports science lab where we have a chest-based monitor and we have a ECG signal which we capture. And then when we do a lot of analysis on that ECG data, we basically RR intervals. So there, if my sample size is less, right, we have been doing or using help of AI uh, to generate some data. And for generation of data, we are kind of giving it some parameters. So let's say I have data for uh, may 50 males between age ABC with health condition XYZ, and this is their data. Now this is something which I trained to my model, saying this is what I have, and now can you extrapolate some of this into say 100 records between age of this and with these conditions. You can try using that, but if you are looking at data sources for actual data to validate, then probably collaboration with industry partners is the only way to go ahead. So we did that by collaborating with a lot of hospitals where we gave out our device and ask them to uh, voluntarily collect that data whenever a person is coming down for uh, a treatment or even a checkup, to ask them if they are happy to give me the sample.
Yes, actually, my PhD work also is same. ECG codec episodes I have worked on. So
Mhm.
I designed my own ECG device and I collected the data from hospital patients. So I developed the model on open source database and tested on the patients. So
Okay.
uh, because of less number of samples I got it like same symptom, same anomaly samples are very less. So I was limited to the premature ventricular contraction, which is more frequent in the hospital people. So that time
Hmm.
I had limitation. So when I wanted to go with the other anomalies, I need more data. So there I depended completely on open source database. So there also the imbalance. That's why I
They are
asked.
notorious.
Yeah.
Open source databases are notorious. You can't rely on them completely.
Mm.
So I think the popular, if you're looking at ECG data sets, right? Will ECG data sets work? What is the input for your work, Dr. Srinivas?
It's a signal.
Is a classic PQRS signal, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then I think there are some data sets which I remember we had worked on. I think one was
There are many databases. MIT.
Rahul sir, you are not audible.
Sorry, folks. I think my network dropped off. I hope you can hear me back.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, Dr. Srinivas, I don't know how much you heard, but there's a company called Cardia. It works also in a lot of uh, uh, ECG pattern detection and early warning. They also have a commercial mobile app out there with a patented, customized, uh, I think, finger-based tracker. So you can look at their data sets also. They have a lot of uh, I would say white papers and stuff out there.
Yes, yes. I saw that device, mobile cardia.
Oh, you have seen Cardia. I have one which I use during my research.
Okay, yes. I used to active cardia. One more is that that was my industrial benchmark for my developed device. That was I used.
Okay,
Uh,
perfect.
Small doubt lastly, sorry. The synthetic data, when you have developed the AI models on synthetic data, it's like when you come to the real time, the patient's data might be different.
It does. It does. It does.
Yes,
So
yes.
that is what we call the process of re-benchmarking. So you train the model, right? And then when you bring it back to real data, you use your AI model for analysis, and then you have to do part of that analysis on your own. And then based on what you see, you have to tweak the model again. So what we call as
Training.
re-baselining, yeah, and retraining. So it's not, I would not say retraining, but it's probably tweak training. And at times, yeah, you have to retrain the entire model. But if your first training data is right, then you just need to do some tweaks, and then again do some regressor analysis to be sure.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay. Thank you, Rahul.
Thank you.
Rahul, can we have your contact if any help from your end?
Definitely, definitely. I will pass on the information, Doctor, um, um, to you guys. But just be aware, folks. I will be a little slow in responding back. I'll do all I can to reply back. I love sharing, but I between Monday and Friday I typically work late, so I use the weekends to collate and respond back. But I'll help you as much as I can.
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you very much.
Participant, you have any questions? Okay. Thank you, Rahul sir. Thank you so much giving your valuable knowledge, and it's a very informative and interactive session. And it is not a one-way communication; it's a two-way communication. It's a very interesting. Thank you so much giving your valuable time.
Thank you. It's been pleasure, and I liked interacting with your audience.
Thank you so much.
Just a parting thought. I mean, uh, you all are professors, educators, academicians. Uh, Please make sure that you get comfortable with the way AI is shaping not just medtech but the world, and bring that up to the new generation of workforce you guys are shaping up. That would make sure the industry is in dire need of good uh, AI enabled people. And if we get a good AI enabled workforce, I think we can bring India on a very good map, because today India is leading a lot of research in AI. Yeah. So with that, thank you very much, everyone. Um, have a nice weekend.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Participant, do not leave the meeting. We will start our next session at sharp 3 p.m. 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. We will complete our last session. Then after that, we will start our uh, test.
Welcome, sir.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay. Thank you. Just a
Okay.
minute.
Okay. Shall we start?
Give me 1 more minute only. One more
Okay.
minute.
Yes, yes, sir. No problem.
My screen is visible to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, before start, I'm giving a short introduction of yours.
Oh,
So,
sure, sure.
yes. Uh, I welcome Dr. Mukesh Kumar Gupta, sir. So, we are privileged to welcome Dr. Mukesh Kumar Gupta, a distinguished scientist at National Informatics Center, New Delhi, India. Dr. Gupta is highly accomplished expert with extensive experience in advanced digital technologies, data analytics, AI-driven solutions, and e-governance systems. Throughout his career, he has played a pivotal role in driving the development and implementation of technology enabled solutions aimed at strengthening national digital infrastructure and improving public service delivery. So, we honored to have Dr. Mukesh Kumar Gupta sir with us today as a guest expert in this FDP. So, where his deep insight and vast experience will undoubtedly enrich the learning experience of all the participants. I welcome Dr. Mukesh Gupta, sir. Over to you, sir. So you start the
Thank
session
you.
now. Yes,
Thank you.
thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. So, first of all, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks to the management member of DY Patel Institute of Technology, Pune, and the
Thank you.
coordinator of the Subtle FTP, Dr. Vanita, for giving me this opportunity to share my thought on this particular topic, that is advances in radiology and pathology through the AI. So I welcome the all participants who are present, who have joined this particular session. This would be the content of this session. Basically, our main objective is what is radiology, pathology, what could be the various type of challenges in this area, and to solve these challenges, to cater or handle these challenges, what are the various technology, and among those technology, what is the role of AI, how the AI can solve or AI can handle the challenges occurring in the radiology and the pathology. Then we will discuss what are the advances which is currently going on the in this area, as well as the various application. So in my presentation, what you will find that my presentation is divided into the three parts. In the first part, we will discuss the overview of the radiology and the pathology, as I'm assuming that this is the area which is related to the medical student medical fraternity. So somehow we should know that some basic knowledge about the radiology and the pathology sector. The second part, challenges from the various perspective. From if we are having the manually doing the radiology pathology, then what is the problem? Then if we are thinking about the if we are thinking about uh, from the regulatory perspective, that what could be the very challenges. If we are thinking about that from the ethical point of view, what could be the challenges, and finally we will discuss the advances which is present in this one. So as I just mentioned that in the first one, that is a overview of the radiology and the pathology. Because this is a online mode, so I am not having any feedback from your side that how much you are aware about the radiology and the pathology. So I'm assuming that you don't know anything about the radiology and pathology. From this perspective, I'm trying to discuss these things. So first question which is comes in our mind, that what is the pathology? So we can say that pathology is a scientific study of the diseases. It explains how and why disease occur, how they affect the body, and what changes they cause in the cells, tissues, and the organs. So according that, it is divided into the three categories: etiology, pathogenesis, and the morphology and the clinic effect. Here, main branch of pathology are anatomical pathology, clinical pathology, and the molecular pathology. Again, here in the anatomical pathology, we are studying the organs and the tissues. Question arises from where we will get this. We will discuss later on. In clinical pathology, we are taking the sample, blood sample, urine sample, etc. And in case of molecular pathology, we are focusing on the DNA, RNA, protein level disease mechanism. So basically, this is the basic things which we have to cater whenever we are talking about the AI, how the AI is handling these things. Here, type of pathological data. I just mentioned that we are having the different type of things whenever we are considering the pathology. Like in the previous slide, I mentioned that we are having what is the cause of disease. We have to identify what is the mechanism, how the disease is developing in the patient body, and what is the changes which is occurring. For that, we require the data. From where we are getting the data, we are getting the data through the samples. That may be the blood sample, that may be the urine sample, that may be the other type of sample. From those samples, what we are getting, historically, we were using the microscope slides. Nowadays, we are not using the microscope slide for this purpose, because we have come the other one, that is whole side imaging, that is the digital way, digital pathology, in which we earlier we were using the two glass slide, and then we are checking that what type of symptom maybe occur in that particular sample. Nowadays, we are having the whole side imaging concept, by which automatically with the help of AI, we are doing these things. So basically, whenever we are talking about the AI for pathology, we have to consider the various type of data set: histopathic images, cytology images, clinical lab result, and the genomic proteomic data. So basically, these data we are getting from the sample. Now, here, just I mentioned that digital pathology revelation. Earlier, what we're having, we were having the slides, glass slides. Now, from the glass slide, the changes occur, it becomes the digital whole slide imaging, that is a WSI. So basically in WSI, digital version of entire microscope slide used. Earlier, we were using the manual slide, manual testing were done. Now we are using the digital slide, and each WSI contain the billion of pixel. You can see that this is a sample WSI image. So here you can find out that this image is containing 1 billion by 1 billion pixel. This type of image you are getting. Whenever you are taking the sample, from the sample, you want to detect what type of disease occurring in the patient body. That time you are getting a image, and that image size is, my internet connection unstable. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Can
You are.
Yes,
anybody
sir,
confirm
you are
me?
audible. Yes. Yes, sir.
Thank you. So
Sir.
if any kind of issue is occur, please let me know, because I don't know. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Should I
Yes, sir.
continue?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I was talking about the WSI. So in case of WSI, we are having the images, which is a very large images. As I mentioned that it is having the billion of pixels. Now, the challenge is how to process this big size images through the computer. So here, this type of image can't be processed directly. So what we are doing, whenever we are processing this kind of images, we are dividing into the smaller tiles or the patches, maybe 256 by 256. And after that, we are analyzing. So basically, WSI is containing the cellular structure, tissue architecture, and the disease marker at a high resolution, which were earlier not possible. And for that, the simple machine learning algorithm can't make such type of analysis. So here, deep learning is essential for the automatic feature extraction, tissue classification, and the lesion detection. So up to this point, I have discussed about that what is a pathology. So in summary, I can say that in case of pathology, we are taking a sample. From the sample, we are trying to identify what is the issue which is present in the tissue, what is the molecular structure, etc. And according that, we are identifying the disease present in the patient bodies. Second one is the radiology. So in case of radiology, it is a branch of medicine in which we are applying the imaging techniques, which may be the X-ray, which may be the CT scan, MRI, ultrasound, nuclear machine, etc. So any imaging technique is applied to capture the image. Image of what? Image of internal organs, bones, or the tissues. So after capturing that particular image, we are processing those images and getting that what type of a problem is present in the body of a patient. Again, similar to our previous pathology, it is having the two branches, diagnosis radiology and the interventional radiology. So basically in the first one, we are focusing on the detecting diseases. That may be that if we are talking about the extra, so we can say that we are trying to detect the fracture is present or not. And the second one, we are using to guide the minimally invasive treatment. It means what could be the possible treatment to handle this particular kind of disease. Like that, in the cancer, we are taking some type of treatment. So what type of treatment could be possible that could be suggested by the radiology? So in radiology, we are having the various medical imaging instrument, and we are having the various terminology which we are uh, getting in our daily life also. So here, again, it is providing the two types, anatomical, which is used to assess the damage of our organs, and the functional, which is used to assess the condition. What is the condition of an organ in the body? these are the various radiological modalities. So some participants may think that what is the need to discuss these things? But as I told you earlier, these are essential because if we are talking about the AI, ML, anything, some type of data is required. And from where you are getting the data, these are the way from where you are getting the data. So whenever you are having the what data you want to process, then you can understand that for this particular type of thing, this type of technology, this type of deep learning, this type of model is more better than the other one. That's why I'm discussing this thing in that little bit detail. So these are the various modality which are using for the imaging purpose: X-ray, CT scan, MRI, nuclear, ultrasound, etc. So here, there is a relationship between the CT scan and the X-ray. What we can say that X-ray for any type of this type of images, we require some input, then we are getting the some output. In case of X-ray, we are using the X-rays which are putting on the human body for the part of body for which we want to capture the image. So basically, the output is detected as particles of energy which is generated passing through the body of X-ray. Basically, X-rays are passing through the body, part of body for which we are getting the X-ray. So wherever we want to get the image at that particular portion, we are applying we are passing through this particular X-rays. CT is nothing. We can say that it is a computed tomography. Basically, it is a combination of many X-rays which are putting through the various angles. So here, from one angle, if we are taking the image, that is a X-ray. From the multiple angle, we are getting the image. We are passing the X-rays and getting the image that is known as a CT scan. So typically, more than 800 sites, we are providing the uh, X-rays to capture to get the CT scan image. The third one that is MRI, which is a magnetic response resonance imaging. So basically, it is a technique in which we are lay down a big magnetic field, and the patient is laid down in that particular area. And after that, we are putting the radio waves, and radio waves are transmitting through the body part. So basically, if you if you see here in the first one, we are using the X-ray as an input. In second one, we are using the again X-ray. In the third one, we are using the radio waves. So through the radio waves, we are getting the high quality image of soft tissues, which is containing the chemical and the physical information about the molecules. So basically, physicians are using the MRI to help the diagnosis or monitor the treatment for the various conditions like tumor, health problem, heart problem, blockage, liver disease. For this type of disease, we require the precision. For that, we are capturing or we are using the MRI technique. Next one, that is nuclear, and the radiology modality, that is a nuclear. So basically, in this, what we are having, it is in this type of a technique, we a small amount of radioactive drugs is injected in the patient body. The drugs localize in a specific location based on the nature of what type of radioactive drugs you are inserted. And after that, gamma rays are uh, leave from the patient, and these images are captured. So basically that which type of technique you are using, according that we are getting a different type of images. These are two type. One is a single photon emission computer technology, another one the position image. So here we are getting a different type of detail based on this one. And last one, that is radiology modality, that is ultrasound or sonography, in which we are using the high frequency sound waves. So, in summary, to telling all those things, you should know that what input you are using to get the images. So I think now it is clear that in pathology, what we do, in radiology, what we do. So according that, this is the summarized slide, which is telling that role of radiologist and the pathologist different. In case of radiologist, they are operating on the radiation imaging equipment. They are interpreting the equipment, produce images, and main focus is to identify what is the patient, what is the disease present in the patient body. The pathologists, which are operating on the microscope rather the lab equipment, basically they are interpreting the what is the physical cell or the tissue structure and focusing on the study of fluid or body tissue. It means if you want to measure the oxygen level, it means that the work is done by the pathologist. If you want to get what kind of mild fracture is present, major fracture present, we are using the help of radiologist. So this is the first topic, which is the overview of the radiology and the pathology. If any audience is having any doubt in this overview, you may ask. Otherwise, let me know should I continue. Dr. Vanida, should I continue?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir.
Thank you. So, okay. So now next thing is what could be the various type of challenges which is present in the radiology and the pathology. So here I have divided challenges into the four category: basic challenges, a perspective challenges, regulatory challenges, and the other challenges. Again, question arises: what is a need to discuss this thing here? In my opinion, what I assume that if you know that what is the problem, then actually you can try to address or try to solve that particular problem. If you don't know what is the problem, then your solution may not be the focused solution. So here, the first one, that is the basic challenges. It means assume that we are not having any type of technology. Gone are the days we were having the simple radiologic technique and the pathology technique. Now, the first challenge is increasing workload and the application of diagnostic medicines. You would be surprised to know that India has roughly 20,000 radiologists serving a population of over 1.4 billion, indicating that uh, one radiologist for every 1 lakh people. That is the data which is taken from the April 2017-25 AI Futures. There is some magazine from that I have taken this data. This is the significantly lower than the global average of 4.2 radiologists per 1 lakh people as of 2023. It means we know that we are having the very high workload because number of radiologists are very less. Second thing is, you know that gone are the days nobody taking care about that we are having the health policy or not. We were not using the facility which is provided by the government, PSU, private, wherever. Nowadays, I'm sure that more than 90% people who are educated working anywhere, all are having the health policy from any source of. It means any type of diseases occur. We generally talk to the doctor that, sir, madam, please write us some type of diagnosis, though it is required or not required. Why I'm telling this? Because it is increasing the workload. So it means we require some type of things, some type of solution which can make or overcome from the this workload. And you have also seen the during the COVID, that is a peak workload situation. It means if such type of event is occurring, then how we can handle this type of situation? So this is the first challenge is definitely we say that we should have some automated solution which can do this task. Question arises how we can do, we will discuss later on. Second thing is maximization of efficiency in diagnosis decision. It means suppose we are going for the diagnosis, and after the sample, the radiologist or pathologist are making the analysis manually. They are not using any technology. It means it may be possible that that particular fellow is not having the good knowledge, or due to the any reason, it may be possible that whatever diagnosis is provided by the diagnosis center, that is a not correct one. So a data which is saying that average global misdiagnosis rate is 3 to 5% in the radiology. And you will be surprised to know that patient dies due to the misdiagnosis. That is again very challenging task. Now, question arises that how we can do, how we can make that whatever diagnosis is done by any means, that may be the manual manner, that may be by the AI technology, that may be by the any automatic manner, who will ensure that whatever diagnosis is given, that is the correct one. So it means we should provide, or we have to provide, we have to think that whatever solution we are having, that must be the accurate solution for a particular type of disease. And third one is that is the effective utilization and integration of available data. It means how to ensure that maximal diagnostic value is extracted from our test. The image contain a very large volume of data, which is not accurately distinguished by the human eyes. Simple example, if we are saying that this is a benign region or the malice region, this is very difficult to distinguish by the human eyes. So here we should have some technique by which we can automatically diagnose this correctly. And second thing is, it might be possible, as I told you earlier, after maybe the having the some type of knowledge, doctor may also have the limited knowledge. So if we are using those knowledge in a by using those knowledge, we are developing a model, and after that we are providing the result. The chances is you may get the better result. Keep in mind that no automated system can guarantee you that whatever result you are getting, that is 100%. That is a challenges category. That is the first challenge. The second is from the AI perspective. First one was the basic challenges. Now the challenges from the AI perspective. The first challenge is that is the data availability and the quality. Those faculty members who are doing the research in this area, I'm sure that definitely you are facing this type of problem, that whenever you are starting your research, the biggest problem is you are not having the authentic data, or you are having a data set which is a very old data, so many research is already done. So question arises that how to get from where we can get the uh, annotated medical data set. This can't be possible until and unless we are getting a support from the hospital, because they are the source of the data. Until and unless they are having some type of collaboration, they are not providing the data set, research is very difficult. That is the first challenge. Second is variability in the image quality. It means it might be possible you are having the data set, or some hospital you are from some hospital you are getting the data, but it might be possible you are not getting the good quality of data. It means image or the blood image are the not captured in a particular manner. And the third is that is imbalances. It means It may be possible that for the some diseases you are having a very large number of data set, the other diseases you are not having a data set. So again, that is the imbalances. So the first challenge from the AI perspective is data availability and the quality of data. Second is labeling and the ground truth. Question arises, who will label it? Whenever you are having a data set, there's a two thing. If you are talking about the machine learning, should require, you may in the supervised, you require the label data. Whenever you are having the unsupervised, you don't require the label, etc. But if you require the label data, what we need the expert pathologist and the radiologist. Hiring the, as I mentioned earlier, we are having a very less number of pathologists and radiologists, and hiring the expert, these fellows, which is a very costly as well as a very time consuming to make the label data. And third one is that challenge is model interpretability and the trust. So here, what we want that whatever model which is given to us, we should know what is the detail behind this particular model. Because if we are having that, this is a solution as a black box, we don't know what is the internal things of working this one. It means it might be possible that clinically it is not accepted. Next challenge is generalization and the biases. Whatever model we are developing, maybe in the some hospitals, some research are going on, and they have developed some models. It might be possible whatever model we have generated, not generalize across hospitals, scanner, or the demographics. Maybe you can say that this is the model generated by this particular hospital. You are using that particular model. Other hospital is using the different model. So how we can say that which one is the best model? Because we can't make the generalized use of this model. And second thing is domain shift due to the different equipment, different number of same patient data you have taken for the training of that particular model. And next challenge from the AI perspective, that is integration with the clinical flow. It means whatever AI output we are getting, that must fit seamlessly into the radiology pathology information system. It means you can assume that we are having this AI system, we are getting the output from the AI system, and we are feeding this particular output to the radiology pathology information system. So here, there should be the seamless integration. Here, sometime what would be happen that whatever system we are proposing, there may be the resistance, because this fellow may say that it is slow down our workflow. So that is again challenges that whatever solution you're providing, that must be the integrable with the existing radiopathological information system. The third kind of challenges, that is about the regulatory challenges. It means recently you have heard about the DPDP Act, that is a Digital Personal Data Protection Act. I don't know that how many faculty member are knowing about this act. This act is enacted in 2023, and rules are in the draft stage, and very soon you will get the rules in the public. So what is this act? I will take the 1 or 2 minutes about this particular act. Gone are the days, what happened that suppose I go to a car showroom to purchase a car, and after 1 hour, I'm getting a phone from the car accessories vendor that we are providing a such a type of accessories. Will you want to buy? Question arises, I have gone there to inquiry only about a particular car. I have given my mobile number there because at the inquiry counter they have asked me. And you can see that whatever data we are giving, that data is shared by the multiple people. Take an example of our Facebook. You can think about the WhatsApp. You may think about any. So we are sharing our personal data to these platform. Now, after this law will be enforced, you will find out that industry, company, organization can't share your data to the any other person before your consent. And in simple way, I can say that there is a provision of 250 crore rupees penalty whenever any company is found that they have shared your data to the other organization without your permission. So like that, this is a DPDP Act. Same manner we are having the GDPR, that is a foreign, again the Act, HIPAA. This is the act which is especially to for the privacy purpose, that is a health related data. It means one side we are saying, why I'm discussing this, because one side we are saying that for the research purpose we require the data. Other side we are also having this condition that this data, whatever data you are having with you with the hospital cannot share your data with the other people until and unless patient is given his or her consent to share this particular data. So that is again challenge. It means if hospital want to share this data to any research organization, they have to take the consent. Earlier, consent were taken as a, in a you can say that in the checkbox manner. It means you have I'm sure that you have seen that until and unless you will tick that particular checkbox, you will not go further. But after this DPTP Act, you will find out that from this checkbox will be removed, and it is clearly mentioned that this is your data. The organization, the hospital can share your data to this one, and if you are giving your consent, then only you can say that your data would be shared with the other one. So again, whenever we are talking about these challenges, we have to also keep in mind. And last one is the ethical challenges that we are developing a solution. And after this solution, suppose we are taking any particular AI solution to diagnosis a disease, and some type of mishappening has been happened. Who is responsible for that? Can you say that this work is done by the AI? I am not responsible, but who have developed the system? So again, accountability for the misdiagnosis or AI error. So again, we have to take care of also this one. So last challenges is the storage. Whenever we are saying that, just I told you about the WSI, that is a gigapixel pathology slides. We are having the 3D CD MRI scan. These are required the large storage and the GPU capacity, because if we are not having the good processing power, we are not having the storage. Storage are cheap, but we require the GPU to handle this one. So whatever solution we are going to propose, we have to try to consider that how much maximum challenges we can address. This is the purpose of sharing this one. So up to this point, I have discussed the two area. One is overview. What is a radiology pathology? Basics about those things. And second one is the challenges in the radiology pathology. Now, some glimpse that what are the various technology we are using for the medical diagnosis purpose. So from this figure, you can see here different technologies are using here. We are using the AI, big data. Uh, we are using the bioinformatics. So many technologies are using, but here the highest use of the AI, that is at 28%. So here AI is mostly used in the medical diagnosis. That is the purpose of this slide. Here, that is a figure which is showing that in medical imaging market, what is a contribution, what is a share of the AI. So from this slide, you can see that what is the share of the AI in the medical imaging market. And basically this side, this is showing that number of key players who are working in this direction. And this slide shows that AI in the radiology market. So we can predict that market will grow at the CRG rate, that is a 30.4%. And you can see that what would be the situation in 2022. This slide shows the digital pathology market, that so up to this point, I have told you what is what are the various technology which are using in this area, and the use of AI in the radiology and the pathology. Next topic is application of AI in the radiology and the pathology. So again, in this topic, you will find out I have divided into the number of category. In the first, I will discuss the simple things. After that, the advanced thing, what have been. Then the what are the advanced use cases which are happen by using the AI technology. So I think need not to discuss what is AI. Everybody knows, because everywhere everyone is talking about the AI. If you think about the Google Maps, Siri, Alexa, wherever you can think, that everywhere you will find out the AI. Here, machine learning is used to identify the complex imaging patterns. Deep learning is basically here using the images, interpreting the images with the high accuracy. NLP we are using to assist in the report generation and the decision making. If you remember, I told you earlier that three type of challenges. So what we want our system as an automatic system. For the automatic system, it means we want a such type of system. We can take the sample of a patient. After taking the sample, system should automatically generate the report. So such type of system is possible whenever we are using the combination of these technology. Here, generative AI not mentioned. I will also discuss that how we are using the generative AI in the radiology and the pathology. So again, the AI application are divided into the two category: direct applications and the auxiliary applications. Direct applications are which are used to detect the disease during the scanning of images by the radiologist. And auxiliary application are neither directly reading the image nor directly in the process of giving a diagnosis, but help in making the job easier. In the challenges, I mentioned this thing that we want to detect the disease, as well as further process we want to make it as a automate process. Meaning is that after diagnosis the disease, we don't want a manual report. We don't want that some person should sit there and write that what is the finding from this particular sample, from this particular images. What we want, our system should provide this type of thing. So AI is playing a vital role in the direct application as well as in the auxiliary application. Here, something about the direct AI application. It means detection assistance. Here, with the help of AI, we are getting the answer of disease is present or not. So basically, for the so many kind of type of diseases, we are using this, but nowadays heavily used in the cancer diagnosis, because attend I may miss the disease. However, automated system based on cannot make the disease. So here I mentioned that one example, that is a French sonography. Recently, I have faced this particular situation. That's why I mentioned here. This is a very different kind of example, but I'm sharing because I'm talking about that how the AI could be beneficial. Recently, my friend is wife having the 3 baby girls, and before the delivery, they have talking with their friend and find out that next is baby girl or baby child. And you'll be surprised to know that 3 doctors were sitting there and they said that this is the baby boy. They gone further. And finally, they found that it's a baby girl. Why I'm telling this thing to you? Because as I mentioned here that trained eye may miss the disease. Trained eye may miss the event which is present in our images. But if we are having the good AI solution, then this type of uh, fault can be ignored. Second thing is disease classification. It means what type of disease is it? Because suppose I'm saying that you have given your sample, and after giving the sample, uh, doctor is saying that is a fever, but it is necessary to diagnose which kind of fever it is. If the system is automatically providing you that this is the disease through this particular sample, then doctor can prescribe the what is the proper medicine. And our AI solution also should not depend on the doctor. Whenever you are having a system which is taking the sample, detecting the disease, making the report, also should prescribe what medicine should be taken by the particular patient. Fine. So basically, this type of application we are having the use, not heavily, but partially. Some many system has been developed. I will discuss later on in this session what are the way solution has been developed here. But here, think that what could be the various direct AI application. Next one is the tumor segmentation. It means again we are having an image. In that image, we have to identify where does the tumor end, where the tissue begin. Very difficult to identify through the tumor because if we are not able to identify proper reason, then surgeon may put a cut in a different place. That's why you have heard about the robotic surgery. Some hospitals are using this one. So basically, in robotic surgery, what they are doing after identifying that this is the issue, this is the portion where this type of issue, or simple example, suppose uh, you want leg replacement. So from where cut should be occur, that data is directly fed in the machine, and by using that machine, cut are put at that particular places. So that's why that in many hospital, whenever you will go, you will find out that they are providing that a robotic surgery is done here. So that is another thing which can be done by using with the help of AI. Next one is uh, medical prognosis. It means with the help of AI, you have heard about that detecting the image, detecting the disease before maturing. It means during the progression of the disease, if we are able to identify that what is the stage of that particular disease, it means if you are saying about that this type of disease is developing in the patient body, so it means we can identify that what is the urgency, that how much what type of treatment should be given at that particular time. So these are the four direct application. Recap here only: detecting assistance, disease classification, third one is the tumor segmentation, medical. These are the sample. uh, Auxiliary application for that, I'm taking a simple example. Suppose uh, a patient come to the hospital with a chest pain. Now, before the scan is done, doctor enters the patient system into the system. What should be ideally happen? Generally, what happen whenever a patient goes to the hospital and he or she is saying that I'm suffering with a chest pain, doctor are doing just taken into the emergency ward and doing the so many type of X-ray, MRI, this and those. So many things are happening that time. As I mentioned earlier, that whenever we are getting this type of diagnosis, we are facing or going across the various type of ranges. If we are saying that AI system should be available there, or what is the auxiliary AI application, for that I'm giving the ideal situation that what should happen, or whenever I'm saying that AI is providing a solution of such type kind of problem. So whenever patient is entering in the hospital, before any kind of scanning is done, doctor should enter the patient's symptoms into the system. Then whatever solution we have developed, that AI model should review that what are the symptom which is entered by the doctor, like chest pain, breathing problem, and after that the systems should recommend that you have to go for this particular type of CT scan with such type of context, which is the best to seeing that what is the situation of blood vessel, etc. What is the situation of heart, etc. Now, by doing this, what we are doing that we are ensuring only that what is the right test which should be done. Not all tests are done. After that, which test is having a particular type of deficiency, then we are starting our treatment. Rather than our system should tell us that this from the symptom you should go for this type of test, and from that test you should be the radiologist or doctor should be able to detect the disease. Second is, let's assume that hospital take the chest ray X-ray, and so many patient chest X-ray has been taken by the machine. Now, number of patients are available in the hospital. number of CT scan are taken by the system. Now, our system must be capable to put a alarm that this chest X-ray, this chest CT scan is having the severe problem. Please take that patient at the highest emergency. So if we are doing this, we can save the life of a person. So what I'm saying that if we are having this type of solution, the two phase can be done. Second thing is, after scanning, AI should review the images and help the radiologist by highlighting the possible problem like that block artery blockage in the block, or according that it should generate a report, and after that doctor can check it. So it means if all these process is going automatically from this point to this point, if report is generated automatically, doctor can review it, according the treatment can be started. So basically by doing this, it is speeding up the reporting process and help the doctor to make the quick decision. That is the crux of this auxiliary AI application. So these are detail I have shared with the help of a simple example, that what is the meaning of auxiliary AI application. The meaning of a auxiliary AI application, that which is not directly uh, detect the diseases, but uh, through that particular means we are able to get this one. So basically this is optimizing the workflow. Now second is the application of AI across the radiology. These are the various sector of medicine where the radiology is currently being used. So in neuroradiology, AI assists in detecting the brain tumors, intracranial hemorrhage, or basically I can say that AI is playing the vital role in detecting the various type of disorders. Now, deep learning model can distinguish between the what is a grade of a tumor. It is a low grade tumor or the high grade tumor with the accuracy of more than 90%. We are having the tool like AI doc, which is automatically alert the clinician to life threatening condition like hemotherapy. So basically that with the help of this tool, such type of tool, we are speeding up the diagnosis whenever any type of emergency is occurring, or the in case of emergency, such type of tool are very useful. Second is in case of breast imaging. So here basically that AI are using in the breast imaging to for the early detection of the cancer. Basically AI detects the subtle tissues changes which are invisible to the human eye, and here that deep learning model are providing the accuracy more than 89%. So basically by doing this, what we are doing, we are assessing the breast density and predicting the tumor aggressiveness. So here it is very useful or valuable in the younger population where the dense tissues often make marks abnormality.
13803.
Dr. G,
3 enter చేస్తున్నా 39 నుంచి ఎంటర్ చేయాలి సెక్షన్ 39 నుంచి
can you mute please?
లాస్ట్ ని with this section, right?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So in the chest radiology, uh, with the help of AI tools, we are processing thousands of chest X-ray quickly. So basically, that gone are the days we are taking the X-ray, then there would be some person radiologist who are checking that what kind of disease is present or what is the problem in this particular X-ray. Nowadays, we are having the automated process by which we are directly getting that uh, more than 1,000 X-ray are processed quickly, not individually. So basically, they are also identifying the problem in the X-ray, which may be missed by the human eyes. Next one is the AI also helping in the cardiovascular imaging, which are enhancing the precision in the diagnosis of the heart diseases. By automatic measurement and the analyzing the large imaging data set, it is reducing the observer variability. So basically that with the help of AI system in the cardiovascular, we are enhancing the imaging precision and predicting the outcome with quickly. Next one is the abdominal radiology, in which we are AI is helping to identify the small or the subtle lesion which are often missed by the naked eyes. So basically that it is particularly valuable in detecting the pancreatic cancer in the early stage. AI are also helping to identify the kidney stone, which is very difficult by making the some kind of imaging. So basically that by doing or by using the AI technology, we are getting the good result in these areas. Next one is with the help of AI technology, we are drastically improving our diagnosis. Basically that we have developed so many deep learning models. With the help of those models, we are uh, identifying the problem with very high accuracy, which are sometimes missed by the naked eye. Next one, that is nuclear and the interventional radiology, in which with the help of this one, we are generating the clear images at a low radiation doses. If remember, I told you earlier that in this one, we are injecting some type of sorry, some type of radioactive drugs there. So by using this particular technology or with the help of AI, we are generating the clear images at a lower radiation doses. And it is AI is also reducing the noise and scan time by AI denoising algorithm. So up to this point, these were the general or the simple uh, advances or simple application of the AI. Now, some advances which is occurred in the which is possible through the generative AI. I'm sure that uh, all of you are aware about the generative AI. So basically, I can tell only the one line here that in case of AI, we are trying to develop the artificial intelligence, but in case of generative AI, it is able to provide you can generate the different kind of things like a chat gpt. You can say that is a possible with the help of generative AI. So with the help of generative AI, image enhancement, AI can improve the quality of medical images. It means as I told you earlier, whenever we are having the data set which is not having the high resolution images, or from whatever system, maybe in the hospital we are not having the, some hospital we are not having the good imaging equipment, so we are getting a low resolution images. So here, for the image enhancement, people have done a lot of work. So by using those model, by using this technique, these images enable medical student professional to hone their diagnosis skills. Basically, uh, some images which are generated maybe in the noisy environment, maybe in the emergency room. So basically that with the help of this tool, we are providing the image enhancement. A lot of work has been done in this direction. Next one is that is image synthesis and the augmentation. So here we are, the researcher are facing the problem of data set. So with the help of generative AI, we are generating the synthetic medical images, which are mimic the real images. So that is only possible through this generative AI technology. So generally, we are using this technology to generate a data set for the education and research purpose. Next application is AI. Generative AI is used to simulate the rare medical condition in images, which aids the radiologist in training to identify uncommon abnormalities. People are using this one also. Generative AI also developing the 3D holographic images from the CT and MRI scan. So basically, it is improving the ability of surgeons to prepare for the complex of procedures. That all those things is done by the many researcher as well as in the hospital. Other applications are automated medical documentation. Basically, with the help of generative AI, as I mentioned earlier, that this system should be developed. So already we are having the system of this. Cost-wise, they are costly, but we are having the system which are automatically generating the medical report. And by doing this, we are saving the radiologist or the clinical time, because the person who are generating the report, who are writing the report, now he or she can be free from that particular task. Also, with the help of this technology, we are generating the concise summary of large volume of medical research literature, which is helping to clinician or doctor to stay update about the latest finding. We have developed so many chatbots, and the virtual health assistants have been developed. By using these chatbot, patients are putting their queries and they are getting their answer. They are also, the patient are taking the medical advice. Pre-screening consultation is also done with the help of this one. मैं एक मीटिंग हूँ, थोड़ा सा अभी आधे घंटे बाद बात करता हूँ. The solution basically also provide for the scheduling the appointment, offer medicine reminder, etc. Because nowadays you can find out that we are having the so many instrument of different kind which are helping our life in easy manner. We are having the application simulating the patient data by generating the realistic patient data by leveraging the patient completing health profile, including the medical history, genetic data, real-time health data. AI are simulating that how different individual might respond to certain treatment. Basically that we are having a lot of data. From that data, people are generating the models, and they are predicting that what type of disease may is developing in a particular patient whenever new patient is coming to the hospital. So up to this point, these are the application. Now the use cases which are practically used in the world, that is a company that is Centigrade Medical. They have developed a cancer AI powered cancer detection tool for early detection and reduced cost in the breast cancer screening. Basically, earlier these mammograms were interpreted by radiologists who process the exceptional skills, but it can still suspect or human error. Now, this solution are trained on the vast data set of the mammograph, and with the help of those data set, they are analyzing the images, and by doing this, they are providing the solution or they are detecting the disease. A study published in the Journal of this National Cancer Institute revealed that AI-assisted screening increased cancer detection rate with a low false positive. Keep in mind that whatever solution, all the solution are provided, these are the not a 100% correct solution, but again I'm saying that they are having the good accuracy, that very less false positive rate. Another interesting use case is which is a solution which is developed by the RedNet. RedNet developed a AI system using the deep learning algorithm to analyze the brain scans. They have employed RedNet system employs the CNN network, which is basically a specific type of a deep learning architecture, and they are again trained to recognize the pattern with the medical images. Basically, with the help of this tool or this system is able to distinguish between the different neurological conditions like Parkinson's disease. So this tool is helping to or speeding up the diagnostic process and providing the more accurate diagnosis result, because if we are able to diagnose early, we are able to identify or we are able to get the diagnosis in the early stage with the accurate or precise, then this is the very important for the this type of cases. A recent study show that AI analysis of brain scanning effectively distinguish between the Parkinson's disease and other neurological condition with a high degree of accuracy. That is the system which is already developed. Next one is the Zebra Medical Vision, which is developed. They have also developed. This is a company which has also developed a AI solution for the emergency department. Basically, this system is using in the emergency division of a hospital, because during the emergency, every seconds count. So here they have developed a solution which are automatically analyzing the images from the CT scan, X-ray, etc., and finding out that what is the issue in the patient body. Earlier I mentioned that this should be happen. Now you can see here this company is working in this direction and they have provided a solution for this. So basically this allow the radiologists to prioritize the most urgent cases, because in medical emergency all cases are emergency cases. Among those emergency cases which is more having the urgent attention is required, so you can say that with the help of this one we can save the people life. The another solution which is developed by the another company, that is a PIG page, they have developed a AI solution that continuously analyzing the vast amount of imaging data of patient with chronic conditions. Basically, this system is go beyond the traditional image analysis. They have they have used the NLP, natural language processing, to understand and interpret the historical medical report alongside the medical data, imaging data. So basically, this system is handling with the big data. This system is handling a very huge amount of data and identifying the trend or changes that might indicate a chronic disease in the patient body. So by enabling, we are able to identify, or this system is providing the health, the assisting the healthcare expert to make the decision promptly and adjust the treatment accordingly. They have also claimed that this company has claimed that their system identified early signs of heart failure in a patient scans. It means through the patient scan only, they are able to sense that these are the this patient may have the heart failure, which is a very next to impossible task nowadays. So basically, this not only improving the patient outcome but also save the uh, healthcare resources and providing the saving the life of a human. That is another company which they have developed a pediatric imaging solution. Pediatric imaging, they have present in the pediatric imaging, we are having the unique challenges that the children smaller body and sensitive require the careful attention to minimize radiation exposure and ensure a smooth diagnosis process. Because as I mentioned earlier, that for any type of diagnosis, some type of radiation is required. Without those radiation, we can't get the image, and we are not if we are not getting the image, then we are unable to identify the disease. So in case of children, it is a very serious case. So basically, Bayer, this is a company in a medical imaging advancement. Yeah, they have developed a solution for pediatric imaging with exceptional accuracy using the minimal radiation. So basically, the advantage of doing this, they have developed a solution for the imaging purpose. The advantage of this solution is that they have to we are reducing the radiation during the scans. Next one, that is cardiac imaging enhancement. There is a company that is Heart Vista AI. Heart Vista, they have developed their AI system, which is doing the excellent work in analyzing the cardiac images and pinpointing even the most minor abnormalities in the heart structure. Basically, uh, by doing this, they are enabling the cardiologist to intervene the promptly and potentially prevent accumulation. Basically, here, this system is also visualizing the blood flow and the heart function, which is providing the invaluable insight for the treatment planning. Because with the clear picture of patient health, cardiologist can make a more informed decision regarding the procedure and the medication. So I'm skipping this part. Next one is that Dr. Vinita, can you let me know that how much time is I am having?
Yes, sir. 5 minutes, sir.
Okay, that's why I have skipped that part. So basically now I will finish within less than 5 minutes. So here I'm showing that these are the key players in the medical diagnosis space. We have discussed what is the problem, means what is the basic about the radiology and the pathology, then what are the various type of challenges. For those challenges, what could be the possible solution, some example I discuss you that these are the company, they have developed their solution. Hospital are using those solution. Now they are the some key players which are in the medical diagnosis space. So here that these are the 5 key players. That is Roche, Johnson Johnson, Siemens, and that is these are having the more than 40% market. They have developed there so many solutions in this industry. Other company who are working in direction is the Philips, Fujifilm, etc. These are the recent technical based launches in the medical diagnosis with the help of AI. I just mentioned that Page developed this system. Corning have developed another system. They have Johnson and developed another system. Basically, that they have developed these devices for the in the medical diagnosis purpose. These are the other technology which are used by the different companies, like Google have used the big data. Here the by used the for the patient diagnosis, remote diagnosis, the Every Health and the Capuchin Health. These are the company, they have developed their solution in this direction. Uh, Again, these are the some other company, they have developed their solution. You have seen that wearable watches, we are having the sensor based watches. Sensor based, they are the some instrument who are sensing in our home. We are watching what is our heart rate, what is our pulse rate. So many things we are watching. We are the various solution has been developed by the different company using the technologies. Next one is that is a recent FDA approval for the advanced diagnosis. So again, this data is showing that various type of because I mentioned earlier that we can provide the AI solution, but those AI solution should also be approved by the regulatory authority. So here, whatever solution we have developed, we are presenting our solution to the regulatory authority, and that regulatory authority is providing or approving our solution. So these are the some data which is showing that recently this type of approval has been taken. Again, this is another slide which is showing that they have developed their solution and got the approval from the FDA. These are the various deals which is done recently in this area, in diagnosis area. These are the recent collaboration in the medical diagnosis for the technology advancement. So various collaboration has been done in this direction. These are the recent investment in the medical diagnosis. So you can find out that huge amount has been put up in this area. Various type of investment as well as the funding. The grant is given. That is the data from only 2023 only. So in the future direction, I can say that radiomics, which are accepting the quantitative data from the images, because whatever solution we are developing, that solution must be extracting the as much as information is possible from that particular image, and our system should provide that what could be the treatment possible for treatment should be given, and there should be the some multimodal imaging where we can combine the CT, MRI, etc. And finally, I can say that we should integrate the radiology and the pathology together to provide the good solution. So this is all about from my side. If you have any question, you may ask me this. So I think no questions. So Dr. Benita, can you confirm?
Yes, sir. Participant, do you have any question? Please ask.
I think this is the last
Okay.
session, so they are already bored about this one.
Already, yes, yes.
Thank
Now,
you, thank you all
yes,
of you for uh, giving the opportunity to discuss my thought about this topic. Thank you.
yes. Thank you very much, sir, for a fruitful session. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Participant, do not leave your meeting. We will continue here our valedictory session.
Participant, before that, at 4:30, you have a test, and up till 5 p.m. And at 5 p.m., we have a validatory session. So all of you attend that also. So don't leave the meeting. At validatory session, we are sending you a attendance link again, feedback link. So based on that, we are taking the attendance also. So do it, attend it, attend the validatory session. So, good evening to everyone present here. On behalf of Institute of Technology Pimpri Pune, D.Y. Patil Institute of Technology Pimpri Pune, at the valedictory ceremony of 6 days AICTE ATAL Online Faculty Development Program on AI-powered healthcare, emerging technologies, and innovation in medtech from 6th October to 11th October. I would like to invite ATAL Online FDP co-coordinator Pranjali Bahalkar to share the view.
Thank you so
Over-
much, ma'am. Good evening, all participants. Myself Pranjali Bahalkar and my colleague Dr. Vanita Shivsagar. We both are coordinating this event under the guidance of Dr. Dhanraj Dhotre, our HOD sir. And all the participants, thanking to all. The one big ATAL AICTE ATAL Online Faculty Development Program on the theme of AI-powered healthcare, emerging technologies and innovation in medtech, successfully conducted from the 6th October 2025 to 11th October 2025. Witness the insightful presence of the distinct experts from the academia, industry, and research. The inaugural keynote was delivered by Dr. Rahul Pandya sir, who is introduced participant to the evolving AI healthcare and the medtech landscape. This was followed by the session first Dr. Rajesh Desa, Director, Electro and Associate Professor, JNU, sharing his expertise on the technological advancement. Session 2 featured Dr. Vanita Shirsagar. She is Assistant Professor, Dr. D.Y. Patil Institute of Technology, Pimpri, Pune, who is highlighted the global trends and the innovations in medical technology. And the session 3 and the respectively session 4 is now conducted Mahesh Bhargava, Joint Director, SEDAC Pune, delivered and the impactful talk on the foundations of the voice-enabled RAG, LLM and the healthcare and designing and developing the voice-enabled healthcare chatbot. Session 5 was presented by Pranjali Bahalkar, Assistant Professor, Dr. D.Y. Patil Institute of Technology, Pune, on the topic of applications of the AI across healthcare sectors. The session 6 now brought deep technical insights from the Manish Godse sir, who is the CTO of Biz Emanica AI company, and he is now IIT Bombay. Then in topic on the deep learning approaches for the image-based diagnosis. Session 7 was delivered by the Mudassir Khan, King Khalid University, Abba, Saudi Arabia, on the topic of AI-driven clinical decision support and the medical robotics. Followed by the session 8 is Go Khang Wade, Pro Vice Chancellor Global Engagement, INTR International University, Malaysia, who is focusing on the case studies and the research applications in the AI diagnostics. In the session 9, Amit Kumar, Global Fujitsu Distinguished Engineer, shared his experience in the AI medical imaging and diagnosis. Session 10 is now conducted. Bhushan Garware sir, AI consultant in the Google, presenting case studies and research applications in AI diagnostics. Well, session 11 is now today's Rahul Vaidya, Portfolio Manager, Jane AI, Capgemini India Limited head, discussing the practical AI industry perspective. Finally, last session, Dr. Mukesh Gupta, scientist of NIC New Delhi, concluded with the insightful talk on the advances in the radiology and pathology through the AI. The week-long FDP, our faculty development program, successfully created a vibrant platform for the knowledge and our exchange and the collaboration, empowering the faculty, members, researchers, and the professional to explore cutting-edge innovations in AI with the driven healthcare. The organizing team is expressed heartfelt gratitude to all the eminent speakers, participants, and supporting of our institute staff on their valuable contribution, making this program grand and success. Thank you all the participants. Then now I would like to invite
Thank you, ma'am.
our thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to request our head of the department, head of the Artificial Intelligence and Data Science Department, Dr. Dhanraj Dhotre sir, to say a few words. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yes.
Really, this regulatory function is not the regulatory in real sense. It's a beginning of the research that people have ignited in their mind to work in the medtech technologies. We know like there are many things happening and going on in the medical technologies, and recently we have many things that has been developed, like in drug discovery and all aspects of the medtech. Even we know digital twin and all is happening over there. I really thankful to all the speakers and guests for this valedictory function. They have participated. They have shared their knowledge, starting from Rahul Pandya sir to the Vaidya sir and Kumar sir. They have really shared their knowledge, and they try to make people enrich with the knowledge in the LLM, in the RAG, in its implementation. Even Bhargava sir has given the real-time experimentation and implementation of the retrieval augmented generation. So all this technology has been introduced, discussed, and shared among the all faculty members throughout the India or pan India, I can say. And really, the credit goes to Vanita Shivsagar ma'am and Pranjal ma'am. They have taken lots of efforts to make this FDP successful. And really, we are thankful to AICTE also for providing the financial assistance for this program. So I hope we'll continue this kind of collaboration and this kind of research activities together. And I request both the coordinators, Vanita ma'am and Pranjal ma'am, uh, keep in connection with this all guests as well as the participants, so that in near future we can have this kind of interactions with the faculties, with the researchers, and we'll try to introduce a few surgeons also in the next time. So thank you very much for participants to involve actively in this 5 days or 1 week FDP. So best wishes for all the researchers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, your support and your guidance. This is very important, and it's very beneficial to this program success. Thank you so much, sir. Uh,
Thank you, madam.
uh,
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would like to invite Dr. Vanita Shirsagar ma'am to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening to everyone present here. It is indeed a great honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of Dr. D.Y. Patil Institute of Technology, Pimpri, Pune, at the validatory ceremony of 6 days AICTE ATAL online faculty development program on AI-powered healthcare emerging technologies and innovations in medtech from 6th October to 11th October. Over the past 6 days, we have witnessed an insightful and enriching journey of the knowledge sharing, innovation, and collaboration. Again, this FDP has brought together distinguished experts from the academia industry, so who have enlightened us on various aspects of artificial intelligence applications in healthcare, also from predictive analytics and smart diagnosis to medtech innovations and AI-driven healthcare systems. On behalf of the organizing committee, I take this opportunity to express our heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Dr. Somnath Patil sir, respected Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. Nivai Patil, Gyan Prasad University, Pune, Dr. Dheeraj Agarwal sir, and respected Principal Dr. Nitin Shejje sir, and our Head of the Department Dr. Dhanraj Uttare sir, for their constant guidance, encouragement, and support in making this FDP a grand success. We are also deeply thankful to the AICT Training and Learning ATAL Academy for providing this wonderful platform for fosters faculty learning, research excellence, and collaboration across domains. Our heartfelt thanks to all our resource persons who shared their expertise and experiences with such clarity and depth. Each session has added immense value and inspired new ideas for teaching and research. I also wish to extend warm appreciation to our organization team, also for the technical coordinators, participants for their active involvement, cooperation, and enthusiasm throughout this week. Finally, I would like to thank everyone who directly or indirectly contributed to the success of this FDP. Let us carry forward the learnings from this week to foster innovation, collaboration, and the advancement of AI-driven healthcare technology. Once again, thank you all for being a part of this journey. Wishing everyone continued success and growth in their academic and professional career. Thank you and have a wonderful evening ahead. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. All of you participant, you will get a certificate after the examination. So this is the 30 minutes exam. So I think all of you receive the certificates also. Okay. So we will leave the meeting now. Thank you. Thank you all.